Hey guys, how's it going? It's Adam from AtoZbodyfitness, and today for the last video of the year, we're just going to go over a few things on how you can get started properly in the year 2022. So these are just a few short things that you can do to get your year started already for the year 2022. There might be some things that you didn't accomplish. You might have kind of fell off track when it came to achieving some of your goals, whether it's like weight loss, strength, flexibility, building muscle, or maybe all of them. But there's a few key things that you want to do in regards to get you on the right foot. And before I even get to that, I just want to say you don't have to wait for a new year in order to essentially get started. You can literally start as soon as you want. The reason why people generally start whenever a new year arises is just because it symbolizes a fresh start. You know, old or past things that they were doing, it doesn't matter anymore. They're ready to essentially tackle and achieve their new goals and move forward in a positive direction. But again, you don't have to wait for that, right? You can do it right away. It doesn't have to be for the new year. It doesn't have to be for a certain or specific day. As long as you make the decision to do it and move forward with it, then you can achieve it. So the first thing is make a plan, right? Structure your workouts for the week. Decide what days you're gonna work out and then what you're gonna work out on those days. You always wanna have a plan in place because then you know what day and then what time and then what body part and what you're essentially going to accomplish for the week. When you're just going into working out into the gym or at home or wherever you're working out without any sort of game plan, you're never going to essentially hit all of your goals the best that you can. That's why always planning everything out and knowing what you're going to do is always the best step in regards to making sure that you're going to hit all of your workouts properly and also hit every body part the way that you want it. Have a goal in mind when it comes to your weight if you have weight loss. Don't just say I want to lose weight. No, essentially get a number in mind and then aim for it and realistically try and achieve that number. On average, if you lose 0.5 to 2 pounds a week, roughly around that range, that's a good number to stick by. And that's one you want to try and use and go by as well. And just essentially build up on it every week. Make sure you stick to your nutrition, make sure you're working out with how many days you're doing, and aim for that goal. And when you hit that number, when you hit that weight loss goal, then you continue on and you go down from there. If you want to lose more weight, then you set yourself another number. But you want to have a visible and a point to essentially aim for, because if you don't have a goal to aim for, you're going to be directionless. You have to get your nutrition in order. If you don't get your nutrition in order, you're just not going to see the results you want, whether it comes to building strength or putting on muscle, especially losing weight. You know, even certain things like flexibility, nutrition matters because it feeds your body the proper nutrients it needs in order to perform better, right? Can you still gain strength with crappy nutrition? Of course. Can you still put on muscle? Yes. Can you still possibly lose weight? Actually, yeah, you can, but you're not going to get anywhere near where you should be getting to, or essentially getting towards the best of your ability, because your nutrition is not in order. That should be the number one most focused focal point for anybody who's trying to get into shape, is get their nutrition in order, start eating healthier, and of course base it towards what results that you're trying to get to, right? If you're trying to lose a lot of weight, then obviously you're gonna have to cut down on the calories. If you're wanting to put on more lean tissue and you don't want to lose too much weight, then you got to switch around your macros and still look at what you're eating, right? So it always depends, but your nutrition is very important and something that you need to get in order to see your goals realized to the best of their ability. Another thing that I think that's not talked about as much when it comes into the fitness space, you might see it, but it's not really brought up in essentially videos like this, is surrounding your mindset with positive influence, right? And I'm talking about not just scrolling through TikTok or Instagram or Facebook and looking at mindless crap. I mean, like actually finding books about forms of positivity that are directly correlated with what you're trying to achieve or with what you're trying to essentially get better at in life, right? It can be any sort of growth mindset book. It could be towards even your finances. It could be towards relationships. It could be anything. There's so many different categories, but focus your time towards that on a weekly basis. Set aside time like you would for working out and also for eating healthy. Give it a few hours a week. I personally delegate roughly around half an hour to this every day. So it's important for you to do it as well, because over time of you doing this, you start to actually build better habits for yourself when it comes to your mental capacity and how you think, right? How you think about yourself, and then also how you think about you can complete tasks, and also how you think about essentially just being better towards whatever you're trying to do. I feel like a lot of people also probably look at this stuff and they feel good when they look at it, but then they don't actually take the information they're reading or listening to and apply it, right? They like to feel the, I guess, dopamine effect of feeling great from listening to it or reading this stuff, on how it makes it feel, because they want to project themselves to what they're reading in their reality already. But truth is, they're far from it. So you need to learn how to take what you're reading and not just feel good about it, which is what you want, but also, again, utilize it and make sure you put it and utilize it in your own life, so that one day you can get to where you want to be, and one day you can start essentially just, feeling better about yourself, knowing that where you're going is the right direction that you want to take, and just all around in your life start to feel like you're growing towards something that you're trying to accomplish. And lastly, just understand that, when you don't achieve exactly what you want to achieve when you think you should be achieving it, just know that you shouldn't have gotten it anyways. And what I mean by that is, a lot of things happen in life that don't come to fruition on the time basis that we give it, right? Because we expect it to happen by a certain time, and that's okay. Just understand that it might not happen, right? You always want to work as hard as you can towards the goals that you're trying to achieve, but if you don't hit it at that exact point in time, it doesn't mean that you're a failure. It just means that you have to keep pushing, and essentially you'll get to where you want to be. Another thing you should look at is how far you've come by that point. Even if you didn't hit your goal, you look at, where did you start from? How far have you come from it? Who have you helped along the way? And how far do you have to go, right? I myself always like to set bars and expectations for myself. Do I hit all of them all the time? No. Do I hit most of them? I'd say more along probably 70 to 80% of it. Do I wish I could hit them 100% all the time? Of course, but some of these, things that I'm setting for myself take a long time to hit, and I have goals within those goals as well. But important thing is to not just get discouraged by them. You'll eventually get there. You just have to keep pushing, and you just have to keep trusting in the process of it. All right, guys, that's the end of the video. If you liked what you saw, click like, subscribe, comment, share, and I'll see you guys in the new year.